I'm good. How are you?
Good. Everyone's raving about your interview with Mark Sargent.
Oh, that's good to hear. I've been trying to get mainstream now for the last couple of years, and so it took some Americans, the legends of friggin' flat Earth, to get my name out there. So I really appreciate it, and it was a fun interview.
Yeah, cool. So the 20 proofs video, that was actually an Eric Dubay video. But if you're ever looking for a video, you can just go to the video search on the app, which is the little search button, and then you type in like 20 proofs. Search. Oops, I think it 20 proof.
I'm doing it with you.
It should work. I did it a second ago and it worked. Hold on. 20 PR.
I did that on the YouTube page from the laptop. I wasn't going on your app to look for it.
There you go.
And as you know, things are so censored. But yeah, I've got the same as you.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
And so that's the video that you were looking for. So again,
Thank you so much.
Adding more and more stuff to the app that way. So it's very cool. Very, very good way to break the algorithm and find the videos that you want.
And I've used this app quite a few times, and it's actually really, really helped me when people have direct messaged me on various different social media apps asking me questions. And when I can answer them right away, that really does, it really helps. And
do you know about the image search? So if you're looking for something specific, if someone's like, oh, what about the sun under the clouds? You can just type in sun under. Oh, there it is. I got one image up there. So let that load for a second. I've got low service here. It's going to take a second to load. But I have a great image of the sun under the clouds and the tops of the clouds lit. Of course, it's not loading for me because I'm in Mexico right now. And
oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but you can find all sorts of stuff in there just by searching keywords, and we're adding more and more all the time. So if you're looking for a specific image to send somebody, because not everybody will watch a video, it's a good way. It's a good way to pull up stuff.
I agree. And even when I've done live videos last year, even, and the Eratosthenes question it was asked, and I literally went on your app live, and I was like, I even showed it, and I said, like, let's go in this video, and then I shared the video, a few videos from the app that easily debunked it. And this is not a plug, and so anyone that's listening to this, I actually messaged Dave, and I actually asked if he can discuss the app, because for me it's been very useful. And he's not paying me for this, but if anyone is starting out and you have any questions, this is what helped me the most. And it's worth so much more than what you're selling it at. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like
oh, I agree. It costs so much more than I'm selling it at. But I just typed in Era, not even Eratosthenes, and up come a bunch of Eratosthenes memes. So if you're ever looking for something, it's just an easy way to find and share stuff. You can share the videos. The images 5 at a time or 1 at a time, whatever you want. It's very good. It's fun.
I agree. I love it. And this is good for family gatherings too. If you're good with those.
If your family's still talking to you because you're a flat earther.
Yeah, exactly. Don't cause any arguments. It's not worth it. But if you can, discuss things and not, cause a scene, then it's recommended. And so, so Dave, did you want to be, just because for my viewers on my channel, all 7 of them, they're more interested in the other topics of conversation that I mentioned. And there's a lot of people on my channel that they give me a lot of grief, I would say, for the flat earth stuff. And so I'm wondering if you could give your top 5 or your top 10, and like just start from one, and let's see if we can bounce ideas off of each other. I'm not used to doing interviews like this, but what would be your top go-to points to say that the earth is not a globe?
Well, everything we observe says the earth is flat. I mean, imagine this. Imagine that, we weren't ever brought into the Rockefeller indoctrination system, and you just experience your life, experiencing calm water, flat water, seeing things, and experiencing the lights in the sky moving over us. And then let's say that you were even taught that the earth was flat by all the ancient cultures that all knew the earth was flat. And then somebody comes to you now and goes, hey, by the way, you're not flat. It's a ball, and you're standing upside down compared to the people in Australia. and the sun isn't moving. You're spinning. You know, when you're watching the sunset, you're falling over backwards faster than the speed of sound, and the stars aren't moving over us. We're spinning underneath the stars, and we're traveling at incomprehensible speeds in a space vacuum. I mean, the whole heliocentric model is completely the dumbest thing ever. And if the here's what I say is the people that believe in the globe, defend the globe, or just ignorant to the the truth of our world, they what was our point? I just lost my point. They were they don't know the globe model. That's it. They don't know the globe model, because if they knew a tenth of what we know about their model, they would reject it 100% outright.
I agree. And people run away from it too. So like, yeah, my lived experiences, and I 100% agree with you on this. This is going to be an easy interview because we're both flat earthers. Spoiler alert for everyone out there. And so for me too, my lived experiences would also lead me to believe that this is a flat, non-rotating earth plane. And so I'd have to completely dismiss all of my senses in order to believe this, wet spinning rock spinning through space. And what you were saying too about believing that people are, underneath of us, being held on this, ball, and so is the water, and that even like the slightest of winds, like we can feel that, and they're telling us that we're, spinning in at the equatorial location at 1,690 kilometers an hour, and it's and then I ask people questions. I'm like, how far is the sun? I don't know. How fast are we spinning? I don't know.
How big is the sun? Right. How big is the sun? How far is the sun? This is a silly little video I made of balloons. You have to believe that the balloons are flying all around the earth, in all their different positions while the earth is spinning, whirling and twirling, but balloons can just float up in the sky. It's ridiculous. When we send a balloon up, it's just up there, it's stationary, it's not going, the earth is not spinning below it. I mean, this is the balloon at 127,000 feet. You have to believe that the earth is spinning 800 to 1,000 miles an hour below it. 800 to 1,000 miles an hour. It's crazy.
It is. I agree.
Another thing is whenever we send balloons up just to 100, plus 1,000 feet, you look down, the earth is always white because color doesn't make it through the whole atmosphere. Everything just turns white, right? But except NASA, when they take pictures of Earth from space, they're in Technicolor. They're blues and greens and just beautiful, amazing. Whenever they show the Terminator line, how come we don't see oranges and yellows and stuff that we see at sunset? How come where we see the Terminator line from space, it's just black and white? It's just, it goes from blue to black. Where's all the reds? Where's all the yellows?
I have my own theories about astrotheosophy, or discussing the luminaries and the 7 original planets and the electrical magnetic fields that they project on this this flat Earth plane.
Yep.
And so that's a whole other topic. But even just carrying on with just like the common sense and lived experiences, it's even believing that if you're on the downward part of the ball, again with this water being stuck, that people are upside down, mountains are upside down, that rain and snow is falling, like downwards or upwards, upwards and one and sideways in other directions. And it's just to me as well, I agree that's nonsensical.
Yeah, one of the great proof is we see too far. So we see too far. From this mountaintop, we can see these mountains, which are 700 miles away. These mountains, hold on, transition. 700 miles away. The tops of these mountains should be over 40 miles below the curve. 40 miles, right? Could you imagine that? 40 miles below the curve? That's insane. But we can see them. And mainstream won't even address it. They won't say it's wrong. They won't say it's right. They pretend it doesn't exist because they can't. Because they can't say, oh, they're all refracting up and they just appear to be there, and they're all just lining up on a straight line right on the horizon. Boom, right here, right? They can't even address it. So ignoring proof, and then they come out, flat earthers think that that there's no proof of the flat Earth. And there's so many of the globe. The opposite is true.
The opposite is.
Yeah, like you can go into it with these globe cult clowns, and you just lay proof after proof after proof, and they're like, well, you don't have any proof. I'm like, what? It's pointless. It's pointless to talk to them. I'd rather talk to you.
And even with seeing too far, there's like people can literally do these experiments on their own
Yeah.
And I keep on saying too. And if they wanted to do the calculations themselves, I've even proven Chat GPT wrong, and I've shared that on one of my videos too, with what the algorithms they were trying to project, which was even more ridiculous for the curvature. And so I even corrected, saying the Pythagoras calculations is 8 inches per mile squared. And so so even after 3 miles, there's like multiple feet
6 feet
in the drop, and 6 feet, and then it goes from there.
10 miles
And
is 66 feet.
so we proved that repeatedly. Like,
so here's one I got into with ChatGPT. So if you drop something out of an airplane and it falling to the earth, how fast does it fall? Well, it falls at whatever speed. It speeds up until enough air resistance gets it to its maximum speed, right? That's what we're told, right? And if you listen to NASA, it'll burn up if it goes really fast. So if you drop something in space, it'll constantly speed up, right? If there's no resistance, it'll increase at 9.8 meters per second or thereabouts. Okay. Oh, that's proof of gravity. No, it's proof of things speeding up. And so I asked ChatGPT, I said, how do satellites orbit the Earth? They go, well, they're actually still in gravity, but they're falling at the same rate as the curvature. And I said, if something's falling with no resistance, does it speed up? Yes. And I said, well, if a satellite is orbiting, a geostationary satellite's orbiting the Earth, won't it speed up? No, it maintains its position. Like, I go, well, how's it falling then? Wouldn't it speed up? And it was a circular argument I got in. Basically, they said, oh, sorry, you're right. It definitely would speed up, but they stay over the same spot of land. It just literally short circuits. It's like ChatGPT is basically a glober. When you put proof in front of their face, it just short circuits.
And it was last updated January of 2022, and it's based off it's whatever's being programmed into it before that date. So it's a human. So whatever that human programmed into that system, that's all it knows, right? There's no new information that ChatGPT can get from anyone that's going to change what responses it's going to give, unfortunately, until they update it.
Right. Well, it's using logic. I mean, ChatGPT. Listen, don't get me wrong. It's probably a really horrible thing, but it can write some awesome stuff for you.
Oh my God, yeah.
I asked it to write a bio about me for a conference that I'm doing, and I just gave it a little bit of information. It was phenomenal. I was like, I got to go watch this guy. Oh wait, that's me. It was amazing.
Of Walter Russell's The Universal One. That was a good summary.
Oh, really? It summarized it for you.
Pardon me?
It summarized it for you.
It did. Luckily, because a lot of books that the flat Earth books, it doesn't have. It's not familiar with. So I've asked about Alex Gleason and.
But you can cut and paste them. If you have the text, you can just cut and paste it and put it in. Ask it to summarize it for you.
Oh, I could do that. That's true. Yeah, I've got the hard copies books, but
I get hundreds of emails per day, and I have a form on my website that only lets you put a certain amount of characters in, because I can't read all my emails. I literally can't even read them and not reply, let alone reply. And so sometimes I want to read all my emails, and sometimes I get an interesting one, but it's like 2 pages, 3 pages. And I ask I have ChatGPT on my email. I say, summarize it. Oh my God, it does such a great job. It literally brings it down to like 3 sentences. I'm like, this is fantastic. And then I go back and read the whole thing anyway to make sure. I'm like, did it do that right? It nailed it. It nails it every time. So I'm not here promoting ChatGPT, but people say, well, technology is the death of all of us. Well, we can also use that technology against them.
Oh, absolutely.
I use my iPhone against them. I use, YouTube against them. I use all of this stuff against them. And, it works. I say, focus on the good, ignore the bad, and, and bring that reality into your experience.
And you even mentioned, not to circle back, but just about being taught about flat Earth, but just for everyone on my channel, again, it's like nowhere near a touch as yours, but Dave has actually had people on his show where they admitted that they were taught flat Earth. I believe the woman was 94 years old at the time.
102, Ruth. If you just go on the app and you search Ruth, a whole bunch of videos of her will come up. And I was interviewing her about the World's Fairs, because I was looking into the World's Fairs, and I was in an old age home, and I had some time, and I said, who's the oldest person that has their wits about them? She goes, oh, Ruth, she's right over there sitting in the lunchroom by herself, she's 102 and she's smart as a whip. I started talking to her about the World's Fairs, and I finally she knew everything. She remembered her elementary school teacher, the school, the road, everything. And I have a hard time. I can't remember my first grade teacher, the name, and she knew it. And I said, "What did they teach you in school about the Earth in the science?" They taught me it was flat. And so then I quickly interviewed her live on the spot with that, and that kind of went super viral. And she was so relieved. She's like, "I've always known it, and it literally brought tears to her eyes." And that's what flat Earth does. When you wake up out of the nonsense that the heliocentric satanic, world they have us living on, it's such a freeing of your heart and freeing of your soul and freeing of your mind. The heliocentric model is it's a prison for your mind. And there's a I have DITRH called Laura Nina. Have you watched that video yet? Laura Nina.
It sounds familiar. I've watched like hundreds.
Yeah, it's this English woman who basically tells you why the lie. It's called Why the Lie, Laura Nina. And it's under the Why the Lie section on the app. If you hit the frequently asked questions,
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
I think it's right at the top. And basically she says there's a law that says, he who creates it owns it. And if we allow ourselves to live on their created fake globe, which they literally indoctrinated us to and stamp our birth certificates and, literally make us collateral, and we play with their fake money. If we live on their fake world and use their fake money, we have to abide by their fake rules. And that's basically how this world works. So flat earthers, when you unplug from the helio deceptive model, you free your mind, and, they have no power over you. Well, you still got to do this, you still got to do that, and you still got to pay taxes and everything. If you unplug from their model, from their nonsense, and literally take back your God-given rights, you don't have to do any of that stuff, right? And they can't do anything about it. So, I answer to God, not to government.
Yeah, I love that. And speaking of government too, like I have shared data that I had to. It was difficult to get. I had to go on the Wayback Machine, archive data. It's really difficult to find, and I had to go on a VPN, like a virtual private network, and connect from different countries just to get information that discuss technical details about measurements and for multiple different things, but using a flat, non-rotating Earth. So this is NASA, like official NASA documents, publications, Army, you name it, that the official documentations that were declassified, unclassified, that literally multiple of them that I've shared as well, that literally say flat, non-rotating Earth.
There's a whole bunch of videos on. I'm just searching documents. There, right there. CIA documents. There's one video on it. A whole bunch of stuff. Oh, there, another one. There's another video, goes through like 40 of them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. So again, use the search feature on the app. It's worth the cost of the app, which is only $3. Hey, what's popping up there, just quick before I mention, I'm speaking at Acapulco on February. It's from the 10th to the 16th. And it's an amazing conference. And a huge number of the speakers are flat earthers this year, including the head of the conference, Jeff Berwick, who knows the Earth is not a globe. But this is the first year he's like, he's spoken to, us saying, yeah, the Earth is flat, but I don't think people are ready for it. That's what he's been saying for a few years. Now he thinks they're ready. That's why I'm speaking there. All of these other speakers, some of their main speakers are flat earthers. It is causing such a stir. Flat Earth is going to take over in Acapulco.
I think so.
Anybody that wants to go, I highly recommend it. If you can get to Acapulco that week, life-changing experience. But if you can't go, there's a virtual. You can watch it virtually. Just go to the app, open it. It's a pop-up right there. Or if you go to the shopping page, the link's right there. And if you use code FEDAVE, you get 10% off. I don't get anything. You get 10% off. Yeah. I just want people to go, to watch, and the more flat earthers there, the better. So, if you're looking for a last minute getaway, that is a place to go, for it, for some serious truth.
And I think that you've got to, we didn't discuss this beforehand, but I was just looking at you have like a few other events also coming up in like a few other states. New York too, maybe?
Oh, New York. What do I got on in New York? The next one I have after that, there might be something in between, is the Sounds Beautiful Freedom Festival, 4 days in the UK. I'm actually going to the UK and I'm speaking there, and it's a music festival, truth festival. Mark Devlin, Dave Murphy, allegedly Dave, myself, Doris Cannon, I think it's Doris Cannon. A lot of big speakers. It soundsbeautiful.co or .uk.co. One of those others. As soon as this is over, you'll see a pop up. As soon as Anarchapulco's over, I will start promoting that one, and you'll see it pop up on the app. But anybody in the UK that's happening to be listening to this, that everyone's asking, when are you coming to the UK? When are you coming to the UK? When are you coming to a conference? I'm coming in June. So come to the festival, 4 days. It's gonna be amazing. They have it's camping, and they have glamping for those of you that don't want to,
Amazing.
Don't want to be a down and dirty camper. They'll literally, give you a bed and a tent and lights and everything. So sign up for that, because that'll be amazing.
Is there anything else regarding like the distance? Just like we see too far, because even with infrared, with different cameras, we can also see vastly different than even regular cameras as well.
Right, Jay Tolan Media. Just search Jay Tolan on the app, and he's the king of infrared. He's seeing stuff where the Earth would have to be, I don't even know how many times bigger. Right, we seen terrestrial stuff where we see a ship past another ship. We know where they are. Where the radius of the Earth would have to be 400,000 miles, and they tell us the radius is less than 4,000 miles. In order to see that. Yeah. So again, on the app, if you go to the web button and then you scroll down to Flat Earth Facts, Taboo Conspiracy Experiments, tons and tons of videos in there that every single one of them proves the Earth is flat. So someone says, you don't have any proof, you don't have a model. Well, there's our proofs. And if you want our model, hit the full length videos, right? And if you go to full length videos, and then you go scroll down right here, working model. It's called The Mechanical Realm. Just came out a few months ago. Fantastic film about anti-cathara mechanism, and it's a working model. So suck it up, Globers. You got nothing. You got nothing left. You got nothing.
They don't. And I was gonna say too, I sorry for cutting you off, but if people want to search YouTube, first of all, because I was talking to you about like a VPN and connecting from different countries. I'm in Canada, and we are very heavily censored, which is also another reason why like my content's not reaching anyone. But I forgot where my train of thought was going. Yes, can you get me back on?
I said, Suck it up, Globers. You got nothing.
Oh, thank you so much. Censorship. And so doing searches, if you do your own search, it's going to be really, really hard, if not impossible, to find anything that's actually valuable. So even with me, with all my security, in place, the protocols connecting from different countries on a VPN, using different IP addresses to connect, to look for any data, even in my search history, I'm not even finding videos that I've seen before if it's flat Earth related, and everything I see at the top is all about how dumb flat earthers are, right? Yeah. And it's these people that are not credible at all, that are literally getting millions of views a day, and nothing is being seen unless you go on an app and you're getting the videos directly from the app. It's much better.
The app breaks the algorithm, and all the good stuff is there, and and I have an army of people that say, Dave, have you seen this? All the good videos that come in. As soon as I see them, bam, they're on the app. And I just created a way where I can, like, let's say you made a great flat Earth video. I can go in my control panel. I go tap, 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 and bam, you are now in the search. When someone searches, yours is included in that database. So we're adding more and more and more. And so when you search, you only find the good stuff. And again, don't just believe a video, watch the video, learn something new, go verify it yourself. Verify everything yourself. But if you don't know what to look for and you only find propaganda, and you hear some guy with a British accent talking in a snarky voice and calling himself a professor or a science man or whatever, it's a bunch of complete and total nonsense. And a lot of weak minds, and a lot of people just fall for that. It's like, oh, he's talking with that attitude, and I don't want to be stupid, so I'm not gonna look any further. And that's the whole idea. They're here to tire you out. I highly recommend people follow Jaronism. Jared has been
Yes.
on attack where he's been showing proofs of them lying. Why would they lie? Right? Why would the National Geographic actually fake a video showing curvature? We caught them red-handed. It's not an argument. It's not a conspiracy theory. We caught them red-handed faking it. So, and Stephen Hawkins has his name on that, and Pat Babanu, a scientist who says she's not a scientist, who says she is a scientist. She's on there. And we asked them, why would you put your name on something like this? And they won't respond. They won't respond.
They're actors.
Yeah, they're all actors, just like the actonauts. And it's why would you need to lie if it's the truth? Their favorite saying is, you got to lie to flirt, because they call us, flat earthers. So flirt.
Yeah.
And I say you got to straw man and lie to glurf. That is the truth. To be a globerfer. Right? We don't lie about anything. We're literally learning as we go. But when you look at the globe model, it is the dumbest crap ever. I think I'm voting that because the globe model still exists in people's minds, we need to bring the word retarded back. I'm sorry. It's actually, I think we need to. I think we need to make it a normal word. And when anyone says it, it's not a disparity towards people with mental handicaps, with people that have issues. It means, you believe in the globe, you're retarded. All right. That's the new definition for retarded. Okay.
And there's no, and people they keep on saying that there's proof because there's photos and there's videos. Like I keep saying that those are all fake. Those are CGI overlays that even like the Blue Marble guy himself and countless others have admitted it. And when I try to share too, like with the size differences of the continents that they're sharing and the clouds being duplicated, and how really smart people, broke down like all the different image overlays and showed that it was fake. You don't see the stars. I'm rambling on, but like there's just so many reasons why. And
you flat earthers say everything's fake. I'm not going to show you anything because you'll just say it's fake. No, we show you why it's fake. Right? Here's the moonrise, the earth rise, the great earth rise. Amazing. You can't make that in Photoshop. Oh, look, I made that in 4 seconds. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's do tours. We got tours, It's like, I don't even have Photoshop. All right. It's so easy to make this stuff, to make it. And the thing is, in 1927, Universal Pictures showed us a globe before we ever knew what a globe looked like. Then NASA went up and it just looks just like it. It's fiction becoming science fiction.
And there were some pretty good propagandists and people coming out of Europe in and around that time too. They just started coming more into the North America, and were hired as scientists and experts in NASA and other organizations, and maybe part of things like MK Ultra, and they pushed a lot of the psyops, like the things that we're seeing with NASA and Walt Disney connection there as well.
Yes. So this is the 2002 the newer Blue Marble, right? You look at the United States, it's pretty freaking big on this ball, right? So if we look at a world map and I place the image here to scale, all of this land has to be on the other side of that ball, right? If you can't understand that, I can't help you. Okay. Okay. Just check out, you're a glober, deal with it, go get a clown wig, put on a red nose, and live your life. Okay.
And so so speaking about that, not to put you on the spot about that, but what would be your closest? I'll tell you mine first. Like I think that Peter's projection map is fairly accurate. Yeah. But again, it's not doing like the like it's not encircling the the map model itself. That would make it fairly close.
Here's the map. They say this is the map where they show you, hey, this is how they show us the size of the countries, but the dark areas are the actual size of the countries. Look at Greenland, right?
Right.
This big, there it is, tiny. Take all of these dark spots and put them over here.
Yep.
Look, they pretty much match, right? This isn't perfect, but it's closer to these actual sizes than what they show us.
Yep.
Right? And that's a coincidence. It's a silly. You're silly. Everyone knows the earth is flat. A new article came out today, a big mainstream article. I glanced through it. It just makes me want to vomit. And it's like, there's still people that think the earth is flat when it could either these 3 ways it could be easily proved. And it's so like stuff that we figured out in 2014, how stupid it is, how dumb. And I couldn't even get through the article. I probably should have saved it, but it's the same thing regurgitated again and again and again. And then weak minds will read this going, oh, those stupid flat earthers. If you say flat earth, people are like, oh, that's stupid. And that's why I embrace Flat Earth Dave. FlatEarthDave.com. That's where you find me. That's where you blow up the globe. Because the globe is a prison for your mind, and that's about it.
And okay, so we talked about flat Earth. Water seeking its level and needing a contained environment. There's a lot of people that are showing me like these water droplets and saying that that's proof that water curves, even though it's an impossibility for water to be in a concave.
You can't say water lays flat because what about a raindrop? You have to say large bodies, anything bigger than a couple of gallons of water at rest lie flat. That's what you say. Okay. And there's no arguing it. There's no arguing it whatsoever. Well, water in space will turn into a globe. No, it won't. So maybe a water drop, maybe a little bit bigger than a water drop. Yes, you can do tricks on a zero-G flight, but there's nobody in space. There's nobody in space. Want to talk about perspective and sunsetting? A lot of people that know my stuff, but know this, but this is really worth learning. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready for it because my family's watching this and I want to be like,
yeah.
See?
So this is just the moon going away. It's going down due to perspective. All right. So we have terrestrial perspective and then we have celestial perspective. That's viewing it from the ground or viewing it from the sky. So here is a terrestrial camera on the counter looking at this sun moving along this line. This line is level. Does it look level?
Nope.
If I told you, if I only showed you that, would you believe me that it was level? Probably not. Nope. But this is a celestial point of view of that same line. So I'm just moving this across, and this is the camera is down here on the table looking at it, and this is what we see. It's going over this thing right here and never goes below it, but we're seeing it go below it right here. And look, it looks like it's setting. So what do flat earthers, and then if you look here, this is a real sunset. The sun is just going by this atmospheric density layer. What do flat earthers always say about the horizon?
That it's
rises.
Oh.
It rises to eye level.
It rises with the observer's eye level.
I'm going to change it. This is what everybody needs to learn. The horizon always arises to your apparent eye level. Okay. The horizon is thousands of feet above your eye level. Thousands. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. Here's the sun, right? It's like noon right now. We're looking straight up at a building, just so you get your orientation. You're laying on the ground in New York City. You're looking straight up at the building, right? And the sun is moving. So it's like 12:30. And now maybe it's closer to 1 o'clock. And now the sun is where? Is it below the horizon or is it beyond the building?
It's beyond the building.
It's beyond the building. Okay. So here is crappy graphics, but we got our city skyline and the sun is beyond the buildings. Let's move backwards so the buildings get smaller and smaller. And as we do, it reveals the sun. So we have our skyline right here, right? And as the sun goes farther away, it goes beyond the buildings. With me?
I'm with you, absolutely.
Okay, so here's a perspective grid. And what can we say about this? We got this guy here. That line right here is his eye level. And the sides come in, the bottom ramps up, the sky ramps down. That's how we see. So I throw this mountain out here. Is this mountain at his eye level or is it above his eye level?
It's above his eye level.
It is. How far? Give me a number. Couple thousand feet?
Yeah, a couple.
Let's say 3,000 feet, whatever. Okay, it doesn't. Thousands of feet above his eye level, right? So the sun goes away. Is it below the horizon or is it beyond the mountain, like beyond the building?
Yeah, it's beyond the mountain.
Okay, so how could this guy see the sun again? He could fly up in the air, or he can go backwards a couple miles. So if he goes backwards, right, the mountain gets smaller, and now he can see the sun, right? What can we say about this line right here? That's his horizontal eye zone, right? Is that at his eye level or is it his apparent eye level?
Oh, it's his apparent eye level.
And it's still thousands of feet above his eye line, right? It's still thousands of feet. So the sun goes away, it goes beyond the mountain, just like it went beyond the building, right? It's not below it. And this is not the horizon of the earth. It's thousands of feet above his eyes. It gets worse. Now we add an atmospheric deck, okay? The sun's above the atmospheric deck, right? So you got layers. You got your terrestrial layer, you got your atmosphere layer, and then you have your celestial layer. So follow along. Here goes the sun. It's going away, and it goes beyond this horizontal eye zone. Now, what can we say about this line? This is a mountain thousands of feet above its eye level. But what else is merging into this mountain? These clouds are merging into that same line. Those clouds are thousands of feet above the mountain. So the sun is above that. So the sun just went beyond something that's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of feet above his eye level. It just went beyond it, like it went beyond the building. But you see, but they see this as your eye line, as the earth curve. No, it's not. It's how we see. Everything gets wedged into that line. The amount of information that's right in this tiny little area is more than all the information here. All of that. It's all crunched in.
And even with the, with the Earth plane, approximately being made up of 70% water, also debunks the globe, in my humble opinion. And the reflection, as the sun is moving away from us, you see like a full circle on the in the reflection on the ocean too, if it's over bodies of water, and people don't notice that as well. And so the reflection would be different on the water if it was going behind a curve, for example. It wouldn't be like the full thing. And then and also with the sun's ecliptical path above us, I believe it's above us, it doesn't move 8 degrees north latitude or south latitude on the equatorial ecliptical path above us. And so they can't explain that if it was 93 million miles away and we're spinning and revolving around the sun and then going through the like the galaxy. And even in July 8th, is approximately every single year, we see like 98% or 99% of the world sees it's light, and it's based on the position of the sun above us. And I don't mean to cut you off, but even the sun's movement, it goes from the Tropic of Capricorn, where it's closer to center, and then it moves to the equator during the equinoxes, essentially. And for us in Ottawa, Canada, fun fact, that's when during the equinoxes is when it's 45 degrees through Ottawa, Canada, which is where I'm at now, and then passes through South America. And then even the luminaries that the sun travels through on its ecliptical path, Venus is the one that has like the furthest variation or like further away on its path from the sun. And even it's only 9 degrees and 43 minutes or whatever it is, degrees latitude away from the sun at any given point. And the other one's being significantly closer on the path, and the sun again moving through all the zodiac signs 15 degrees every hour through this every zodiac sign every 2 hours, or 30 degrees every 2 hours through all 12 zodiac signs. Or if you want to look at the lunar calendar, it would be, there's 13 months of 28 days and the day of rest for that. But so even just discussing the sun, and it would have to be closer.
Have you looked at the calendar on the turtle's back?
Oh yes. Fascinating.
Yeah,
there's 13 sections in the middle, and then the 28, like a little.
There's 13 sections in the middle, and then 28 tiles around the outside. Right. So now when the Mayans say, well, we believe the earth is flat on top of a turtle's back, can't rule it out.
That's true. That's yeah, exactly.
But what you were talking about, for those people that don't know, the sun goes from the Tropic of Capricorn to the inner yellow circle of the Tropic of Cancer. So if I jump forward, I hit the little jump button. We go to February, March, April, May, June. So in June, it's in here. It's closer to us. Let me make it a little bigger. So it's in here. It's closer to the north. It goes over Miami. It's hot in Miami. It's hot in Mexico, right? Because the sun goes right over it. It's closer. It's warm in Connecticut. Warm in Canada. Not that warm because it's still far away. Sun never goes directly over you. It's it's always lower in the sky because it's farther away. It's like a street light. You're under a street light. That's your summer equinox. Sun directly over you, and the light down the road is your winter light. It's lower in the sky, even though it's the same height. It's farther. It's lower. It's colder. Right? 6 months later, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the sun moves out to the Tropic of Capricorn, and it's summer in Australia. because the sun is closer. They want us to believe, oh, it's the tilt of the earth that makes the seasons. Well, if it's the tilt of the earth, what about the spin of the earth? Because at sunrise, it couldn't be any farther lower on the horizon, but the sunrise in June is super warm, and noon in December is friggin' freezing. That just completely blows away the entire model.
And some astronomical mathematics books, some of them are inaccurate because it does talk about the globe stuff, but it talks about flat Earth mathematics and examples. But then it says like, oh, by the way, it's a globe.
Right.
But I've talked. Oh.
On the frequently asked questions, the seasons button right there. Watch that. Then you'll be like, holy crap, seasons prove flat Earth. They say, yo, seasons. How do you have seasons on a flat Earth? Seasons prove flat Earth. Time zones, right? Right here, time zones. Videos on time zones. We're adding more and more all the time.
There's really good videos on that. But with the Tropic of Capricorn and Cancer, they could be possibly 23.4-ish degrees from the equator, and that could be where they got the fake axis tilt. You know what I mean? That they try to explain it away.
The opposite of that is 66.6.
It could be the distance.
Right, the inverse of what they say the tilt is 66.6 degrees, right? So if you look, it's all demonic nonsense. If you look at it, freeze frame this, people, and look at all these sixes in the heliocentric model. Who did that? Who made that up? I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but it's all it's demonic. Whether you believe in that or not, great. If you don't believe in it, that's your own problem, because there's some demonic forces running this world. And if you live on a globe, you are playing on their game board. You're playing with their stupid fake money, and you have to abide by their rules. So unplug from the matrix and find that and take your freedom back, take your God-given rights back, obey natural law, not man-made nonsense law.
Amazing.
Yeah. And those of you who think Elon Musk is our savior, please go to my website, flatearthdave.com, scroll down to the Elon Musk banner and just click it. There's a 5-minute video. You'll find
That's
out.
That's another one that gets me a bit of heat, is about Elon Musk, because not everyone, but I guess people love him or love to hate him. And I don't know necessarily if he's like a bad guy or not, but Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla, these are all companies that are causing a lot more confusion, I would say, and I don't know, not really helping a whole lot, in my humble opinion. And so does he know? Does he not? I don't know.
Does he know? Is he a shill? We look up at the Starlink. I've seen the Starlinks fly overhead. Have you? The line. So it's amazing. I saw it. I was like, whoa. We have
Starlink here. I don't use it though.
Yeah, but I had no doubt that people saw it, and because all the people videoing and stuff, and I saw it myself, and a lot of people say they hear a jet fighter way ahead of it and a jet fighter way behind it. What is going on there? And so if you think about it, think about this: a 747 flying at cruising altitude about 7 miles high, you can see it, but you can't make out the engines, right? The engines are too small to see, but you can see the shape of the airline, right? That's 7 miles high. You can fit, I think, 20 Starlink satellites inside an engine of a, so it's 1/20th the size of an engine. You think you could see a Starlink satellite at 7 miles high? Probably not.
We should be able to.
Well, no, you scientifically provably cannot be able to see them. Yeah. And then, but it's 350 miles high. They tell us the Starlinks are.
Oh, that's what I mean. If it was the distance away that
if it was 7 miles high, you can't see the engine on a 747 at cruising altitude.
Yeah.
And
what I meant by that is that's what they're telling us. They're telling us we can see them, and so I just wanted to correct that.
That is it's a 20th of the size of the engine. So you couldn't see a Starlink satellite, and it's 350 miles. If you can't understand that, I can't help you. But people say, well, I've got Starlink service. You said, and it's amazing, and it's great. I have Wi-Fi on my boat because of Starlink. How does that work? Let me tell you. I figured it out.
Actually, for me, I've already saw your video on that. I mentioned it, but it's on that note, not to back up, but 99% of, between 95 and 98% of our internet connection is because of underground fiber optic cables underwater. Yes.
Yeah.
And so, and since then, I mean, there are what we're calling satellites that we're wasting a lot of money that might be also like comprised of like there's helium balloons as well, but there's planes now that have these connections that can connect people, and then they bounce the signals off of the aircrafts.
Well, if you think about it, when you're driving down the road, you saw my Starlink how it works with airplanes. How satellite.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah. So again, I'll just review it real quick. We're supposed to have all these satellites in space, and how do they work? How do they get their power? Right. I'm just going to fast forward through this. If you look at, we're corkscrewing through space. Satellites make absolutely no sense, right? And if we had one satellite, a geostationary satellite is 22,000 miles away, you need like 3 of them to cover the whole Earth. That's it. But we have, all of these satellites. So here's where I wanted to go. When you're driving down the road, you're going from cell tower to cell tower to cell tower, relaying. I've driven from, South Jersey all the way to Connecticut and didn't lose the phone call the whole way. I'm going from tower to tower to tower to tower to tower. What if the towers were moving? It would still work the same. What if you were still and the towers were moving? Well, where do you get? Towers need power. They need to be serviced. They need, all sorts of stuff, and they need to be everywhere. Well, where do you have that? You have that in jetliners. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They have the equipment on them, right? They have equipment on them. They're everywhere. What happened when we started the war in the Ukraine? You know what Elon Musk did?
With the no-fly zone?
No, or we're going to turn off Starlink and over there because there was no airplanes. Right?
Yeah, so, yeah.
And Starlink, if you can connect to a tower, it'll connect to a tower. If it doesn't have a tower, it'll connect to an airplane. That airplane will connect to a tower, or connect to another airplane. It'll connect to another airplane. It'll connect to a tower. And if you don't believe that technology exists, I can't help you, because that is known common technology. I mean, just driving down the road with your car, going from tower to tower to tower, is that technology. These airplanes have these transmitters. They have the power. An airplane up in the sky is a very tall cell tower, right? The higher the tower is, the better it is. Well, yep. I don't know any ground-based towers that are that high. That's how it works. Prove me wrong.
And even the dishes, they're facing towards towers, in rural areas more obviously,
the other thing is, Austin Whitsitt. I don't know if you follow him, but you definitely should if you don't. He Whitsitt Gets It channel, and he's been talking about different ways, the way the ether spins, how you could put something in a orbit above a flat Earth, how it could stay up there with quantum locking and the ether energy and all this stuff. And you know what? It's very interesting and it's very convincing. I can't explain it as well as he is, so I won't even try. But if you go on the app and go to the homeschool button, which is right there, and then you go to Schooling Globers, he's got some great, amazing stuff there. These are longer videos, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, some of them. But if you want to take a deep dive in a topic, that's where you do it, right there, right? The homeschool page, again, is worth the cost of college. Whatever college costs you.
Oh, for sure. Oh my goodness.
You should send that money to me so I can make the app even better, right? But if you want college, it's $11 a year for college, okay? Right there, okay? And there's tons and tons and tons of stuff. I mean, this page alone will keep you busy forever.
Are you familiar with John Searle and magnetism and levity discs, which were older models of UFOs and using magnetism in order to run these UFOs or levity discs? There's
the TRC-3B or whatever the name of it is, a triangular aircraft. The patents talk about it, how it uses electrogravitics, to lift and to propel itself. Right? This is patented. We're using this already. This is free energy that they're hiding from us. They don't want us to have this stuff. If you want to talk about, why would they lie? All wars were over land and power and resources. Well, what if you say, okay, they got their 8 continents or however many continents they say we have. I've forgotten how many they tell us there are, because I think there's thousands of continents.
There's 7.
Yeah, 7, whatever. There's thousands. I mean, Japan found 7,000 new islands last year. 7,000 new islands, Japan. Okay, what's going on? They're literally hiding the world from us through GPS. They put us in a prison circle. We can't go beyond it. They have access to these probably other civilizations, if you ask me, other resources. So that alone is worth all of the effort they put in to keep us as slaves here in their satanic globe lie model.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I know, it's crazy, but I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one.
On my on the biggest, so we've already talked about Eratosthenes, but that's a big one on my channel. Is there anything that you want to pull up in regards to? Actually, no, that's an old. I was gonna say if you wanted to pull up an Eratosthenes video, because that one gets that one's shared to me the most. And then number 2 is Professor Dave.
Yeah.
The 10 proofs the Earth is a
Oh, that's not even worth going over. But
no, it's not.
This is Neil deGrasse Tyson did one of his Star Talks on Eratosthenes because of all the videos we were putting out saying how it works on a flat Earth. He goes, it does work on a flat Earth too, except if you add a third well, it doesn't work, right? So he shows this is the curved Earth. They're playing. Oh, I go like this, right? And so you got your direct rays coming in. What's going on here? Oh, that's why. 3 wells. All right, so let me go back here. Okay. So why is it doing that? That is the weirdest thing ever. Am I doing something else? Transition. All right. So he says he doesn't understand how you can have time zones. Meanwhile, he knows how we can have time zones on a flat Earth, right? So here it is. Why is it doing that? Why? I don't know what's going on here. My OBS is flipping out. He shows this, how this works on a globe Earth, but he says it doesn't work on a flat Earth. But it does. It works perfectly. He even shows the graphic how it works. And then he says he doesn't know how time zones work. So he goes, we could have a football game in New York and in LA, it's still light when it's dark in New York, right? In the winter. Well, 2:30, 3:30, and it's dark and it's light. Look, the sun's high in the sky here. Can't even see the sun here because it's already set at 4:30 in New York in January. So again, you gotta lie and straw man to glurf.
Oh my, agreed. And it rises in the east, sets in the west.
Right. Well,
and
it's circling around. Right. Right. I'm gonna do a magic trick.
In the center, it doesn't move.
I'm gonna do a magic trick. You ready? I am going to make you point south. I'm going to make you do it, and then you're pointing south.
Well, what I'm being shown is south. For me, anything beyond, like outside of north, the center of the Earth, is
Try again. Try again. Point south. Good.
I mean, I could point down. I could point.
No. You have to point a direction across the Earth. Point any direction you want.
Anything you've got center being north. And then anything outside on that circle, anything beyond like that, you're moving outward of that is to me is south.
Anything beyond that is south. But what happens if you're let's say you're wherever, United States, whatever, and you point towards the North Pole? Are you pointing north?
I mean, I would.
Well, what happens when you go 1 inch past the North Pole with that straight line you're pointing?
I'd be pointing in the other direction.
You'd be pointing south.
Yeah.
South is that way. South is that way. South is that way. South is that way. And until people can wrap their minds around that, they're not going to figure this thing out, right? They tricked us with the clock. The sky clock is the most accurate clock in the world because the finest watches in the world are set to the sky clock. That's what time is. And they said, you know what? Hey, let's give them clocks, but we'll make the hour hand go around twice instead of once. And they'll never figure it out. And that's exactly what they did.
No, you're not wrong. And then changing the calendar systems, and then with astronomy and the luminaries, just like every culture and civilization has their own representation of the luminaries above us, and how they symbolize them in their texts and their hieroglyphs and things like that. But it is a divine clock, and even with all the luminaries, they have like a perfect, imperfect, movement moving from, and they retrograde too. So a lot of people as well, they don't understand that too about the luminaries. And so if we did more studying about the luminaries, like that's where I started with this. That is how I got more onto the like understanding that this is a geocentric model, was because of astrology.
I love how the mainstream, you know, like, oh, we've known the Earth is flat for 2,000 years, and these people, there's just the education system's failing us because we, you know, Neil deGrasse Tyson says that. He goes, the fact that there's flat earthers tells me that the education system has failed us, and just literally making weak minds, you know, buy into that nonsense. But the truth is, in 1950s, everyone knew the Earth was flat. 1950s, not 2,000 years ago. 1950s, 1950 up to 1958, encyclopedia still talked about a flat Earth. And then they changed it. They changed it all. They removed the Gleason map from people even knowing about it. Like, we didn't know about that until like 2014. We kind of discovered it because of Eric Dubay and, you know, Mark Sargent putting out videos. And, you know, something woke people up, and then a lot of people started looking into it. Here's the funny thing. If something's a fad, something's a CIA, PSYOP or something, people figure it out. When enough people get into it, they're like, oh, no, this isn't right. Nobody leaves flat Earth. Okay, it's not a cult. That's not why nobody leaves, right? Nobody leaves flat Earth because it's the truth, right? Flat Earth is the truth. The motivation is there's nothing, no conspiracy, no trickery or deception that has a greater motive. There's nothing that has a greater motive than lying about the Earth, because that gives you all the power. It's all about power. And if you can convince people they live on a spinning ball flying through an infinite universe and they're a random speck, they evolved from a lightning strike that turned into an amoeba, that turned into a fish that grew legs, that found another fish, had a sexy monkey and turned into a human, you can convince them of anything. You can convince them of this little thing flying through the air, and if they walk into it, they're going to die horribly, and that they need to put, you know, poisons in their body to get rid of it. I mean, you can convince people of anything. Right. So that's why the lie on the app is what you need to look at. You know, those videos there, I think those wake up more than emergency flights, which is another big one that wakes people up. Southern flights. That's a good one. Right. There's so much stuff. It's mind blowing. It's all being hidden from us. Why are they hiding it? Oh, you were saying about you couldn't find in your YouTube search. So let's say you were interested in underwater basket weaving a year ago and you watched some videos on it. You could go find those videos by searching underwater basket weaving in your YouTube history, and they'll just show right up. Like, oh, you watched this back in, you know, a year and a half ago. And you can watch a whole bunch of my videos and Jaren's videos and Glowbusters, and then you can search your history for flat Earth, and propaganda videos will show up. Those won't even show up.
Yeah.
But one day, some Glober is going to come out, make a video going, they're lying. Look, I did it. And they showed up because they're going to change the algorithm. They're going to increase it, make it better. They might even know this person knows the Earth is flat. Excuse me. Knows the Earth is flat. Let's feed him. Just give him whatever he wants, because he already knows. They don't care about us. They care about other people that don't know. They want to keep them away. They know that we've woken up, we've unplugged, and we've lost the fear, false evidence appearing real, and they can't touch us anymore. That's the thing, right? When you look at these anti-flat earthers out there, and I don't like mentioning their names because they're disgusting. These guys, now they're either paid or possessed. I'm going with possessed for most of them.
Both, maybe.
Well, paid and possessed, because, you know, they monetize their channels. You know, Professor Dave, who's a failed musician, he's gotten millions and millions of views pushed. You know, and then you have Strawman Dan, who has sponsors now, and he gets, you know, 100,000 views in a couple of hours every Friday.
That's sad.
He's paid and he's possessed. It's so sad. Like, I can't even look at those guys and feel bad for them, because I'm not lowering myself to their level, but their life is horrible. Did I tell you what happened? I was at the big Bible debate in Tennessee, and
oh, you went? I wanted to go. So
yeah, it was crazy. But you know, I'm pretty popular among flat earthers, so a lot of people like, hey, Dave, good to meet you. And so
that's true. You recorded it. You were live in the elevator area too. I remember watching your lives. I
actually shook Will, the Pastor Will, who Jaren just debated. You know, Jaren and Austin debated. I didn't even know who he was, right? But after the debate blew up, I was walking out. A guy reached out, hey, Dave. I shook his hand, I was like, hey, good to meet you. Where you from? What's your name? And he looks at me, he goes, oh, Dave, come on. And it was McToon. Okay. It was McToon, right? It was disgusting. Let me tell you something. This was the weirdest thing ever. And it's really bizarre. My hand still feels weird from touching that energy. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Right? I swear to God, the energy of touching that evil demon, little troll, marshmallow, really like it's like I don't want to be anywhere near you. And then because I'm a team player, I was like, I got to take a selfie with him. I got to do it. Right. So I'm getting ready to take a selfie and I'm just disgusted with myself. I'm holding it up and he starts leaning into me and I look over him. I go, don't touch me. And I took the picture to send it to Jaren's show because Jaren was doing a live stream and I figured it would be good to send it over. But it was the weirdest thing ever. You know, if I could grow a hand back like in a year, I'd chop my hand off today.
You could smudge the hands and like put your
Hey, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm actually in Mexico. There's lots of people that can take care of me here. I'm actually going to do that. But just the weirdest thing about being next to that demon, maybe it's because, you know, my vibration's here, his vibration's down there, and the polarity difference is really is a real thing. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding about this stuff. All right. It's 100%. And whether you believe it or not, I really don't care. It's what I'm experiencing. Not you. I'm talking to other people.
Oh yeah, no, I figured. What is it? There's multiple channels that you. I don't know if you're the one personally that puts the content out, but you've got like the Flat Earth Dave interviews channel on YouTube, and then you have Flat Earth Sun Moon Clock. I believe is the app. That's what it's called. If you go to
flatearthdave.com, scroll down, it says social media. I got a whole bunch of channels. I got my DITRH channel, which is all short videos. Everything's under 5 minutes.
They're so good.
Flat Earth Sun Moon and Zodiac Clock app, which is a combination of lots of the videos, some that I made and lots of other people's videos. My interviews channel, I have interviews 1 and 2 because I keep getting strikes, so I go back and forth. And those are all my interviews. And then I have some backup channels. I have one of them is called Do Not Subscribe. It's just where I back up other people's videos and people are just subscribing. It's ridiculous. But if you hit the web button on the app right here, web button, the one that looks like a spider web, and then you go to here, interviews, those are all my latest interviews. So if you're looking for an interview, like this interview, it'll be at the top of the list as soon as you upload it and send me the link.
That's so neat.
Yeah, so there's all stuff there. And then if you go here, this is the Web3. This is when YouTube screws us. This is the one that's going to save us. Every video that I upload to all 5 or 6 of my channels ends up here on this Web3 server, blockchain server, high def. It's amazing. Everything is there. Even the ones YouTube deletes are here. Okay. And now, even when YouTube deletes a video, a good flat earth video, it's still on the search thing because the search will search the Web3 for it and it'll bring it in. It'll say, hey, you got these 6 YouTube videos and this one Web3 video. So again, we're finding ways around their ways of blocking us. And it's an exciting road. Hey, I want to announce something. I'll throw something out there. This is an idea I came up with in the middle of the night last night. I was thinking about this, right? And I'm trying to grow the app, make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And I need help, but I can't afford to hire people yet. All right. Not yet. Eventually I will. Right. But I'm looking for people that can make good videos, promo videos about the app. The app has become so big. There's so many features. I need like a professional person that can make slick videos talking about the app. So I have a little contest out there. Anybody that wants to make some promo videos about the functionality of the app or anything and is good at it, and that's what they want to do, make some videos. And if I find a video, if someone sends me a video, it's good, and I put it out there and it works and it starts bringing up people, maybe I can hire you and we can turn this into a regular business, because I am going to be hiring people over the next year. I need content managers. I need content creators. I need
you need a team.
Yeah, I need a team of people doing stuff. But right now, it's the people that step up to the plate early that, it's like me. Every job I had, I created for myself. Like, these companies weren't hiring. And I said, I'm just going to work for you and you can pay me when I make you money. Right. And I would I'd end up rising to the tops of these companies. Right. So if somebody is interested in doing that, is good at it. But here's the thing. Do not get offended if I don't like your video. All right. Because it's my opinion. It's the last opinion. It really is. It's my opinion. Like all those featured videos, those are my choices. Those are my choices. I wish somebody could help me to pick some videos. A lot of people send me videos. Hey, Dave, this is a good featured video. I look at it. Look, you're absolutely right, and I'll feature the video, right? Because when I have every day there's a featured video. I just tell people the challenge: watch this video, watch the video every day for 2 weeks, and at the end of that 2 weeks, you will lose your friends and family and have new friends. Okay. Right, and that's how it goes. Do you know about the referral code?
No.
So if you hit the friend finder, watch my screen. You're on the friend finder, and then you click this button, the pencil right here, and then fill in your new code, right? Dawn or Dawn189, and it'll say success if it's not taken already. Do it.
Here.
Right. So.
Edit it and stuff like that.
Right.
Now I'm
so
doing
now hit edit and type in. This is important. Type in what you want your code to be, Dawn or Dawn189 or whatever you want. Something easy to remember. Dawn189, and it says save successfully. Boom. So now anyone that downloads the app, the first thing the app will ask you is, do you have a referral code? Write in Dawn189 and she'll get a point. Right? What do the points get you? Well, if you get 11 points, you get a free subscription. You can trade them in for a subscription. You can just accumulate them over time. I might take the top people on the leaderboard, and we might have a retreat somewhere. Who knows? But I have a funny story about that. I'm not going to go into it about what the points could be used for. But I also have the leaderboard. The leaderboard shows you the top people that have referred. And, this is Man in America. This is from one show. He got this, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is Caleb on TikTok before they censored him. Caleb right there. And then My Lunch Break, one of my favorite old world shows. He's kicking butt, getting up there. And so it shows the top 100. It's kind of fun. And I always say, when your day comes and you're at the pearly gates and they're judging you, they're like, well, you've done some sins. But you've woken up this many people to Flat Earth, which is a good thing. You've got 89 points. I think I'm going to let you pass. It could make the difference from entering or not entering. I'm not saying that it definitely would or would not, but it might if it's borderline. You know what I mean? Because when you wake someone up to Flat Earth, you literally connect them back to the creator.
I'm not good with the technical stuff either. Well, I don't know if you are or not, but like even editing my videos, I don't even know how to edit videos yet. I'm a person that does a lot of research and the scientific stuff and like that, but editing videos and stuff like that, or even apps, like I'm not the greatest with it. But anyway, I'll get better.
No worries. Yeah, we all learn. The term "fake it till you make it," right? I don't know how to create an app. I mean, I created one app before this, but it was a simple app, and this one is truly it's changing the world, and I'm thrilled. And I couldn't do it without the creator having my back. And my mission is not about money; it's about waking up the world and freeing us from this slave system that we're in. And I want to explore. I want to go to the outer lands. I want airships back. I want to know what's really going on in this world. I think that people used to live a lot longer and figure out a lot more stuff, but they've limited our lives with vaccines. And
geoengineering that's going on as well.
Yeah, careful. You're not allowed to talk about that either.
Yep.
So there you go. We are a little bit over.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we're over.
Yeah, no worries. Do you have anything else you want to wrap it up with?
Well, you were talking about Mark Sargent and Eric Dubé, but you're actually one of the older flat earthers that has been speaking up and sharing.
Wait a minute.
No, you're not old, but you've been for a while. That's what I meant. You're not old.
But they were actually here before me, Mark and Eric, because when Sophia Smallstorm said, Dave, I think the Earth is flat, she sent me I think was Flat Earth Clues and maybe an Eric Dubé video. And then I started looking, and YouTube kept feeding me other stuff. Hey, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Have you seen that? And for 2 weeks, I tried to disprove the flat Earth. I wasn't even trying to find the truth. I was trying to disprove flat Earth and prove the globe. And that's how you become a flat earther. So, now YouTube hides everything from you, which is why I made the app. $3 for the app. There is, if you want to use the profile section and some other high features, Those things cost more than the $3. They cost me more than the $3. So it's $11 a year for the subscription. $11 a year, right? The profile section is cool, right? You can pull up all sorts of stuff. You have friends. I just added in the profile section, if you have multiple requests, you can now select all or cancel all and select them because
nice.
yeah, we didn't have that before, but and that's going to constantly be upgrading more and more. And it does take a while to load. What this is showing you is it's loading all of the dots in the background. There's so many friggin' dots right now. It's it's taking a lot of time. If you want to see the world view, you just hit the number counter on the bottom, and this is going on here. Look at the United States, right? That's pretty crazy.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and the UK, and you know, it's growing. We got 126,000 on the Friend Finder, and there's really a lot more using the app. They just haven't activated the Friend Finder. So, there we go. There it is in a nutshell. FlatEarthDave.com. You can find everything there. Follow my YouTube channel, DITRH. You'll really love it if you're not short videos, really short. Like if I do a 5-minute video, people accuse me of making a new documentary. So the reason I do that is because I was short attention span guy, you know, like just show me somebody, I only want to see short things. And you can't get somebody to watch an hour and a half video if they hate the topic. But if you get them in, you give them a little DITRH here, a little bit there, a little nugget here, a little meme there. They're like, all right, show me something else. And then the next thing you know, they'll be hitting the more resources button, and they'll accidentally hit the lost history of flat Earth. Have you watched that yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, love that was the first. That's the first one I watched. That was my intro.
It's a 5-hour video, right?
Yeah.
5-hour video. And the people are 5-hour video. I'm not watching that. I watched it. Started at 11 p.m. one night. Let me just see what this is about. Stayed up 4 o'clock in the morning. Holy crap! Got some sleep and watched it again. I watched a 5-hour video twice in 24 hours. Right? Unheard of. If you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. And by the way, I don't 100% agree with everything he says. I don't 100% agree with everything anyone says. Mark Sargent or anyone else. Eric DeBay, I don't 100%. Well, Eric DeBay thinks I'm a shill, and I definitely don't agree with that.
What?
Oh my God, it's horrible. It's horrible. Ignore the bad. Pay attention to the good. Don't bother looking, right? Because I'm a
I was gonna say I haven't seen anything, but I don't look at that video.
Don't look at that stuff. Don't just focus on the good. Take the good. I feature Eric DeBay stuff all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you always
even the guy fucking hates me. All right. I'm shocked. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I don't care. I don't care. That's his problem, not my problem. I love everybody.
Yeah, and he shares good content too.
He does. He has great stuff. And he also has done a lot of asinine things. But maybe I have too, but not on purpose. So,
thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate this. It's such a privilege to be able to talk to you.
Oh, it's a privilege to talk to you, Dawn. Dawn, are you going to put this on YouTube?
I'm going to put this on YouTube and Rumble, if you're okay with it being on Rumble as well.
No, you can put it anywhere you want. You can copy any of my videos. You can take any parts of any of my videos and do anything you want with them. It's always nice if you link back to flatearthdave.com. That's the only link I ask you to put in there. And that's it. Just, feel free to do whatever you want. I won't issue a strike down anybody that does anything with my videos. I don't care. All right. So, and I encourage people, take my videos, put them on any platform, monetize them, make money off of them, do whatever you want, right? If you can figure out a way to take my videos, put them on any platform, including YouTube, and monetize them, feel free. God bless you. All right, do it, and take all that content and do it. Doesn't matter. It's all good. It's just about getting the information out there, seeing new eyeballs.
Oh, I agree. Amazing.
All right.